So if every business is open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, how the fuck am I supposed to get there when I'm also working 9 to 5 Monday through fucking Friday?
Like, I'm not trying to kill you. I just want my massage gun. I'm not trying to. And I'm like, hey. Like, I don't have a weapon. P and the O, I can't reach it. So it thinks I want to spell, like, nothing with a P. Like, all the time. And it doesn't fix it anymore. It's like, well, I guess that's how you spell it.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener. Kenny's got a tiny wiener, too.
But you're fucking right. Like, the tipping before the service, you're like, no. Yeah. Like, it needs to be after, because I don't reward you first, and then you do it because you might be a piece of shit.
And here's the best part. I have to pre-tip you. So if you spit on every single piece of my food, I don't get it back. You know how updates work. I know how to get that fucking upgrade. I'm gonna put that red dot right in his face.
The little fucking dot. Oh, they make, like, the employee walk out. It was like 2 degrees outside. Walk out and give everybody there was a window. We were all okay waiting at the window.
No.
So they made it even harder. And I'm like,
you
want me to come out here when I'm fucking sick, and I'm going to sneeze all over you. I'm going to do it on purpose. I know it's not your fault, but I can't sneeze on the governor.
That's the problem.
What's up, guys? Episode 5 of the Complaint Department. Welcome back or welcome here if you're new. Yeah, just kind of bitch about topics that we like bitching about, bring on guests that are funny or have great stories, and then we pick topics that, oh man, just grind our gears. I don't want to take that from Family Guy, but, you know, I couldn't take that as the title, you know, for sure. Yeah, exactly. So, typical thing, this is not a family show, so no kids allowed. I put it on the YouTube. I tell YouTube, no kids, but my niece, Skylar, is
8 or 9.
8 or 9, hit me up yesterday. Hey, how do I get to your YouTube? I'm like, ask your mother. But yeah, in the spirit of that, subscribe. I think we're up to 30. Big 30. Woo! Flying. People really care.
He wants you to click that button as well, the like button.
I touched it once, though, like the 3rd episode, I hit it. Hit the like button. I don't know what it does, but every YouTuber goes, hit the like button, and then those people seem popular, so.
And if you've already done all that, just hit the share button and share it with random people you've never met.
This makes me think of you, and then send it to them. And be like, it's an hour and a half. What?
And I'll tie into something else I have to bitch about later then.
Oh, okay.
That, so.
Yeah. But yeah, we were getting it started. I did bring, I don't know when we're going to get into it, but I brought the Google Home because it made me look like a dingbat in I think it was our episode, yeah. Wasn't it? It wasn't Rick's. That bitch is here, the 3rd guest that we have here. I'm going to plug that bitch in, and we're going to show it, because apparently it doesn't work that way on your phone, but the Google Homes, we're going over that again. Oh, yeah, so you have a favorite. You wanted to bitch about the sign.
Well,
you
first
didn't,
off,
about the sign.
We're in episode 5, and you still haven't gotten a new sign. Not even like cardboard with like marker or nothing. Like, you didn't even try to step it up. You have an 8 or 9-year-old niece that you could have delegated this to.
That would be great. I'll sign it to her.
You could have delegated her to make the sign.
Arts and crafts.
Still on Joe's 3-year-old attempt.
I wanted to get the show going. It's important. It's like, I'm like Elon Musk of podcasts. We're just breaking stuff. We're just flying through. The rocket's going to blow up and we know it. Like, it doesn't matter. This is, seemed like a good rocket engine to me.
Exactly.
It does stay up now. It's learning its lesson. I think when we made it a sub and we beat the shit out of it.
So this here has you don't have anything new to bitch about this. This is just to confirm whether you lied to the audience last time or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we start on that, let's go into the fact we were just talking about, if you don't already have a way to share this channel further, just give it to random people. You know, like those random text messages you get every day that says, your package has been delayed. Go to this USPS, and click on this button and reply, and then copy the link and post it. Just reply to those with Joe's YouTube links from now on, because nothing else is working. Maybe somebody will click on it. Maybe they'll be like, oh, we watched that video. They don't like our text messages. That would stop them from sending them, but they don't.
That's funny as shit. That's a good idea.
Exactly. Yeah, start sending Joe's link. I reply
be like,
now.
They ask you for your credit card number. My credit card number is at this link, and I'm going to send it back.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Or just get like a shortened thing, make it look like, oh, I'm going to, google.com.joe's asshole.
Be like, I've sent this to Nancy Pelosi 3 times, right?
'Cause I
this
always
is
get the
Nancy
text.
Black in the political, text days.
Well,
when we were
yeah,
getting
whatever
that
it is,
shit.
whether it's scam text, debt collectors, whatever it is, just reply with the most random shit ever, because I get them now, and I can tell when they come from an iPhone because they show up blue. So on those, I always reply and be like, go fuck your mother, or I hope you die in a fiery plane crash or something of that sort, because first off, you took the time to misspell everything.
It's always
So-
the dead giveaway.
Yeah, like, you might have got my name right, but you got it because you copied it from a government file somewhere that you found online from the background check leak. And then you're sending it to me basically saying, hey, why don't you give me some money? You saw my background check. There's no money.
It's not getting blood out of a rock. But see, when you get texts from me, then you always think they're scams, because I think I have a spelling mistake in every one of mine. It's 'cause
Well,
my
no, but
thumb
see-
is like this big and kind of crooked.
It's
like-
different, though, because I can tell when you're trying to spell something and you just fuck up, and when they're like, hey, give me $.
I want give you $, me $.
Yeah.
Gift card. Yeah. Your mic's like falling off the... Maybe put it on this side. Or like zip the thing up so that way it'll hold it. Because this is the ideal spot.
Okay.
There you go. And then we'll put it like... It's bugging me. I can't do it. There we go. Now I'm happy.
Didn't know you were going to be rearranging mics.
I'm picky. Got to be able to hear your good shit. But yeah, I do write at a 2nd grade level. I'm pretty sure. Man, it's just awful. Like I don't know how do you do it? Like explain to me like what your brain goes, because you, Maddie, you're good spellers. I'm not. Every time I get through a word, and then in school,
So the
right?
answer is-
Wait, I'm not done bitching.
All right.
Because this is kind of on my list, but not really. But it's like this doesn't make any sense. Like logic, I can be like 2 + 2 = 4, and then I can get there. But like with words, you're just like. And then in school, they were like, sound it out. I sounded out, and I look like a fucking moron.
But the problem is you don't read enough because you're dyslexia. So we read more, we get more words, and we get more words wrong. But over time, we eventually get them right. Like your niche, this is our niche. We got this. We read a lot. We take that. We then reiterate those words. Like you got to
So-
throw out words you don't even know what they are sometimes.
So you just remember them. Like you just have to remember it. Like
Yeah, or you're like,
just
oh,
got-
that's a cool word. That's like I love reading Stephen King, and my favorite part is when he's talking about the guy jumping out from behind the tree, and he's like, he ejaculated. Because you don't think in that moment that he's ejaculating from behind the tree, but he is.
you can use that word like that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't use that word like that. YouTube's gonna ban me just for that you
Exactly.
saying that one time. I learned too. in
Don't
the-
make a short out of that.
No, the shorts, I changed it. Like it said, Pittsburgh roads suck. And I was like, the one we just posted with Rick, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not like fucking Mark Rober or nothing, or, Mr. Beast, but I'm like 20 minutes gone by, 0 views. I'm like, 0? Come on now. I deleted the word suck out of the title. Shot up. I was like,
You're figuring out how to work the algorithm.
the man is controlling you. I couldn't. The other one, I think it just released last night. It was piss grenade. When you throw out the piss
Yeah,
grenade,
yeah.
I had to take piss out of the title, or else
like,
it wouldn't. It was 0 views for like.
Star SS.
Now I just took it out, and I was like, well, to hell with it, grenade. And then I was like, oh, that didn't work either. So then I was like, cars suck or something. Or I can't do that. It was
Grenade might not be that great. They might be like, this is one of those terrorist training videos. Don't
Right,
watch
yeah.
this.
guy looks like he's building it in his basement. I mean, for
Yeah, they're
sure.
looking at this and they're like, this guy's building grenades.
in his fucking basement. Yeah, so I think So you just have to remember how to spell it. That's the only. You don't have any tips for me.
Well, you don't have to remember how to spell it. You just have to remember the word exists and kind of what it means. The spelling part, they underline it these days, man. You're typing it, they underline it. And when you're speaking, you're not spelling it, just say it.
That's true. But like, I look like a fucking idiot because like all the time you're like writing a text and I get to a word and I'm like, like bring up the Google and I'm like, armadillo, right? And everybody's like, fuck, who just said armadillo for no reason? And you're like, damn it, it just shows how much of an idiot I am even more, because now everybody around me knows, Joe didn't know how to spell that one either.
Well, see, I try to spell it, and then I'll click on it and be like, oh, that's what I tried to do. I screwed up by like 4 letters. But there's other words you're like, wow, it didn't even get close to what I was doing.
Like the worst one is definitely. I've spelled that like 7 different ways, and then there's like different meanings for those words. I
Yeah.
fucked that up like 11 times. Like, and I still don't think I still don't know how to do that one. My phone is like, yeah, all 3 of them, because it like doesn't correct that one. It doesn't fix it.
And you know, that goes back to our original conversation we were having before, where we said about how we wanted to be able to customize our prompts in the phone, because we know we're not talking ducking. We want it to say fucking. But in your case, you'd start adding like misspelled words and we'd never know what they are.
Oh, dude, I do, and I do it by accident. Like the P and the O, I can't reach it, so it thinks I want to spell like nothing with a P, like all the time, and it doesn't fix it anymore. It's like, well, I guess that's how you spell it, so we're gonna leave it that way. My phone's giving up. My phone's giving up on me. It's like, nah, you're an idiot, and we're gonna let everybody know.
Pretty much. But we knew that beforehand, so I mean,
Yeah.
you have to proofread more the ones that are to random people or strangers that don't know you already.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was going to be that. I don't even think I had that topic written down. We just flowed right into that. Should I plug this piece of shit in so it's ready to go?
Yeah, if you
when
want
I want to do it.
I was going to say, why don't you plug that in
Move
so
this
it's
to the
ready to do your
side.
demo then?
Yep, because I got it all set up. I'm ready to go. This thing made me
You
look
know, I was
stupid.
looking around for a
I'm
power
frustrated.
strip, and I didn't
No.
expect
Oh,
the
I'm ready.
industrial cord coming
Oh,
from
I'm
the
ready.
back.
That thing made me look like a jackass.
It's like fucking Doc
It's-
Brown hooking it up to the
I'm the guy from
clock tower right now.
Christmas Vacation. Like, all right, here we go. It makes a little ding, I think, when it's ready or something. It's your turn, bitch.
So your phone proved you wrong last
Yeah, it
time.
did. We're shutting this thing off. I'm gonna like power it down so it doesn't, because I'm gonna have to fight between the two or something. Yours is Alexa, so I think Siri.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it doesn't care. It
So
doesn't
we're
like
good. But I'm proving that this thing is stupid. Like, it's a disc I paid $50 for. I expected to know everything.
As we sit here and watch it blink its little lights, why don't we go into the topic
Okay,
that I have
something
to
else.
pitch about?
Go for it.
So the other week, I took my kid to the dentist, and she went in with my wife. They got everything set up to get their back into the appointment. And I decided I'm going to order food a while so that when they come out, we just go pick up the food, go home. Have
So you're both sitting in like the waiting room.
I'm sitting in the car. They're sitting in the waiting room
Oh, okay.
because you don't need me in there.
Not really. It's usually small too. Like dentist office, like
And in this
mine.
case,
There's like 3 chairs.
Well, this is a children's dentist office, so it's even smaller because
good
they're
Lord.
kids. So.
Wait, they have dentists just for kids?
Yeah, they call them
I don't have a kid.
pediatric dentists.
Oh, my mom just took me to a regular dentist.
That's because they didn't care about you.
That's true. Right? I'm not going to tell the Crayley joke about the. Fuck it. I'll tell it. One of my family members always said that why the toothbrush was invented in Crayley, because if it was invented anywhere else, it would have been called the teeth brush.
That's because they would have had more than one
Yeah.
to attribute to the joke.
Wasn't that good?
It sucked
Fell
anyway.
flat. Some of the ones I think are going to go well, and then the other ones don't. I don't know. Anyways, the bread thing. We're going back over that. That didn't
I'm
hit with
sitting
Rick.
there with
but I wrote it back down again. I'm not done talking about
With
that.
the toothbrush with my teeth brush from Crayley, sitting in the parking lot at the dentist, and I'm like, I'm gonna order food. So I decided to order food from down the road at this place that has an online ordering system. That's the
Most
thing
do.
these days.
Most
So,
do now,
really
yeah.
cool. Save me some time. So I order it, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna pick it up because I'm driving past anyway. So I'm like, okay, I want to pick it up. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna park. I'm gonna get it because you guys don't bring it out to me anymore. That's not part of the process anymore. But you know what it asked me at the end? How much of a tip do you want to leave? It didn't say, do you want a tip and check a box. It said, how much of a tip do you want to leave? And then it forced me to hit 0. Like it tried to make me feel bad about, no, motherfucker, I did all the work here. And I did extra work because I had to tell you, no, I'm not giving you more money because I did it. And then I pulled up and I sent my wife in. She didn't get a tip either. Fuck them.
When does it start to go the other way? Right? Like we've even gone that way with like Walmart with the checkout process. It's like I gotta check it out. I didn't see the discount for doing it myself.
Right.
Like if I go to the lane where you had to put an employee there, I can go into this for a while. But yeah, they do. They make you feel like bad about it because like it was kind of like last week when I was talking about that because like there's like a door fee and all this other fees and you're like and
I
now you want to tip on
understand it.
top of it?
Like I understand it if you're going to bring it to my table and you're going to keep up with my drinks and you're going to do
There
all
you
that.
go.
That's where the gratuity comes in.
That's
because
where it came from.
You're keeping me going.
Yes.
Or even if you would deliver it to my car, maybe I'd give you a delivery because I'd be like, oh, it's fucking snowing out. I owe you like $1 for at least coming out in the snow,
Right.
the 3 sidewalk steps that it took.
Yeah.
But no, I'm the one pulling up to get this. You didn't even give me the option to come out to the steps before you're like, why don't you give me more money?
You're like, what?
And here's the best part. I have to pre-tip you. So if you spit on every single piece of my food, I don't get it back.
Yeah, you're right. Uber does it right. They wait until you get out of the car and then they're like, how'd it go? They don't
Right?
ask you to tip the driver before
Right,
you
you're like-
get in the
Like,
car.
I'm going to give him $20. He's going to sexually assault me, and then I'm like, he was a great guy. No.
Well, the sexual assault, I mean, a 5-star, like for
Exactly.
sure. I wasn't expecting a ride and a blowjob. It
Yes,
wasn't.
I owe him $40 more up the tip. Or wait, that was hand jobs. That
Hand
we saved
jobs,
$40 on.
blowjobs might be more. Rick,
Yeah.
Rick, let us know. We know where we are. He
We're
could've
on the
been-
scale, at least for truck stops.
Wonder how much inflation's hit that.
But probably a lot at this point. I mean,
Yeah,
we're about to go into a new market, man.
yeah. I was at the self-checkout, though, the other week. And then I broke it. I don't know what I did. Like, I don't know what I did.
You
Like,
looked at it, you touched it.
I did to get that banana over there. It was like it broke it. Like I scanned all my stuff. I got to the beep. Yep, to the banana part, and it was like, and then
work.
it broke it. And then I got so the lady came over to help me, and
She's like, how can I help you, sir? Do
Yeah.
you want to ring out this banana?
she's like, you got to type in the bananas. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's what broke it.
So
I'm
he's like, B-A-N. How do you, let me look at my phone.
no, no,
Spell
no.
bananas.
no, I don't need to do that because they made a song for me. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
All right, well, at least you know that one. So that's what we need to
Yeah.
do. We need to make you a song for other words that you should know.
Yeah, like onomatopoeia. Let's go.
Yeah, onomatopoeia,
Sing it to me, bitch.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a wiener, it's tiny.
Oh, it did rhyme. You're pretty good. You're like a little Lady Gaga.
Gotta do what I do.
I thought she was from Lancaster.
Nah, she dated a guy in Lancaster. I
Yeah,
think.
that's what it was. Andy proved me wrong. Andy,
How can Andy prove you wrong? He never arrived.
where
Andy's
is
not
he?
here.
Where
There's
he
no-
had
You can't fact check when you're
right?
not
I
fucking
scheduled
here.
it like 3 weeks in advance, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
And I get a text like yesterday. It says Andy bailed on me, you know, because he's a pussy. Show up
So Kenny's our superhero for feeding the content monster for this week,
for living down the street, basically.
basically, and being entertaining. I think yours has the most views.
I mean, I guess I'm entertaining.
I
Or
thought
at least
Rick-
I like to hear you yell at me.
Yeah, I thought Rick being on Cops. I thought that would.
Well, maybe they're just being cautious with that one. Maybe YouTube's like, cops, we don't really want to push that right now. There could be some shit going on.
Yeah. I feel like my YouTube channel is just all of my friends right now, and then they're like 4 episodes. The 4th one, I'm not. No, you're still doing it, huh? We thought you were gonna give up after 3.
They're like,
Yeah.
we'll let you into the YouTube Kids. Oh, wait, now you said it's not for kids. We're going to take you out of there. So now all your views just go tank again.
They do.
At least you're on YouTube and you're not on the TikTok. Because if you're on the TikTok, it's gone tomorrow, right? Or today.
I thought that was today.
Tomorrow. I thought it was Sunday. Today's Saturday.
Is it? I saw YouTube.
Sunday.
It's like a day or it's around here.
Yeah.
yeah. Because
So
I
as
saw a
of
video
this
today.
recording,
Yes.
TikTok disappears tomorrow.
Yeah.
Unless you already have it downloaded, then you can keep using it until they try to update it, and you know how updates work.
It'll make it better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always
fix
makes it
it.
better because you're not going to be allowed to update it anymore. So you might as well just you're
that
going
the
to miss
way-
out on all those features.
Is that the way they're doing it? They're
For
just gonna
now,
kill
yeah.
it through updates.
Yeah, but they're also going to block the web browser, is my understanding too. So you won't be able to go to the website.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Like Windows, that's how they fix Windows. They just update it poorly, and they're
I
like,
mean, they're like, hey, you like Windows 7? We're going to put Windows 8 out.
Yeah.
How about 8.1? We made it even better.
"We're gonna fix it with an update. We got you covered."
Exactly.
Yeah, like Mac. That's the way they do it too. They just update it until it dies, and they're like,
You know, I
"Yeah."
don't-
They
Mac-
got in trouble for that too.
Mac's gotten to the point, though, I don't even know what one they're on anymore. They're like, did you want the one that didn't break this week? And I'm like, I guess. Like, you had 4 other people try it, right? I'll click the button. If
You mean operating system?
Because if not,
Yeah.
you're going to put the little red dot down there that tells me I got one update, and it's going to bug me anyway. So even if I don't want to do it, I'm going to do it so that you just go away.
Yeah, like that should be act of Congress. Like you can't put that little red dot there.
That's coercive
It's like-
control.
it
That's
is.
like harassment. You're
Like-
I know how to get that fucking upgrade. I'm going to put that red dot right in his face.
a little fucking dot. Like it just, it's like that OCD thing, and I hate it. I like all my, like my red messages. They're all red. If it's still there, it's okay, but it's not unread.
Exactly.
That's the version of unread, and you'd be like, no, I saw it. I'm just ignoring you because I don't have time to deal with what you're going to break right now. All right, I know you're going to break something, which maybe over the weekend I'll have time to deal with your shit. But right now, we're leaving the dot.
Exactly.
hate
But the
it.
best part is when it says there's a dot there and you go in and you're like, phone has been not backed up for 4 days. And you're, I don't care if it has been backed up. Don't tell me that. Just tell me when there's other things that are of importance.
Like, that's not important. We need the level of the red dot. I can't set the level of the red dot.
Yeah, but the best part is every update gives me a different level of the red dot. Like, it's like, hey, by the way, you used your phone like 4 times today while you were in the shitter. Do you want us to automatically let you know every time you go to the shitter?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so maybe the dot's like real small, and then the worse it gets, it just keeps getting bigger.
Don't give him
covers,
ideas. We don't need the,
it covers
we
the whole app.
pop-up blockers for our phone. Now we're going to have app blockers because Joe's talking about these notifications just going to like ping around and be like chasing porn sites. Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, you go to grandma's phone, that fucking dot is that goddamn big.
She's like, I've been on this thing. It says supposed to update 4 years ago, but I guess that's why it's so big. Joe, you never seen something that big?
No.
All
I
right.
saw a hole that big, I'd be scared. All right.
So
Where'd we go? We
veered
I didn't
off.
even pick anything off the list yet.
Nah, we were going over the. I was bitching about the pre-tipping and all that because I mean
yeah.
that's the other thing though too. Beyond the fact that I have to force myself to put 0 in the tip, the fact that I have to tip you before I even get the equivalent or anything. McDonald's only makes me pay 1 window before they give me the food, bruh. Like they don't make me type it in, and I want to give them $5 on top of it.
Yep.
And then forget my food for me, because I've had that happen where you drive home, and now here's the best part. So you go to pick it up, now they tape it all shut, so you feel like a criminal, like trying to open it to look to make sure all your shit's in there.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm fucking opening it. I paid for this shit.
Like,
ahead of time.
we just met. I don't trust you. Like,
Right? And
you
then they're
know?
like, oh, no, it's all in there. And I'm like, I'll be the judge of that. You just don't worry about it. And then I'm like, hey, I'm missing something. And they're like, oh, let me see the receipt. No, I can read the receipt. It was missing. Put it in the bag.
Yeah. You're
Or you're like, give me some napkins. It's like Subway, man. Have you ever tried to get napkins out of Subway?
no, I haven't been there in a while.
Don't. Like, they give you like one, and they're like, that's
Just
enough,
don't.
bruh.
Like, they're saving the trees.
They give you one napkin. They're like, other than that, just don't fucking spill it on yourself.
Like, you messy fuck. You need
They're
to.
like, oh, by the way, since we put it in here and all the shit's gonna drip all over.
This is getting to be like episodic TV now. We're not done with the subs. We're bringing them back.
Well, it just
They were
kind
a
of took me
favorite.
back there anyway.
Yeah,
so.
it did. Like, it did. We're never getting any of this shit that I have sitting here.
All right, well, why don't we go
But
ahead?
that was so good. But you're fucking right. Like, the tipping before the service, you're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be after, because I don't reward you first, and then you do it because you might be a piece of shit.
Yeah, like if we did that at restaurants and pre-tip, the chick would just leave.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I got $100 for the day. I'm done, and walked out. We don't even get our food. Next person walks up. Now they're expecting a pre-tip before they even take your order, and you're like,
Yeah.
I gave it to Jill that left.
Yeah, you're
Go
right.
find her pad.
Pre-tipping, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the motivation part.
And it's not even just food and stuff. It's everywhere now.
Yeah, yeah. It's getting worse. But you're right, McDonald's never did. They've always had the, pick up and then do it like that. Or fast food just in general. Yeah. I thought about that too. Because I did it in the app and then I paid and then you just walk up to the window and they give you a receipt. And then they tell you to pull up to the spot.
Yeah.
Have you had that? Right?
I get that a lot because
Yeah.
I like to order their double quarter pounders and they're cooked fresh, so they always park me.
Yeah. But then, they just move people through. And
Yeah.
then when you drive, I know why they do it. Because you drive up and you go, oh, look, there's nobody in the drive-thru. It'll be fine. That's because there's 5 cars sitting in the
Already
parking lot
parked around
that
the
are
side.
waiting for their food. And you're like, what happened? How'd this get fucked up? Because it used to be, all right, now I just give it to you. Now, they make, the employee walk out. It was 2 degrees outside. Walk out and give everybody there was a window. We were all okay waiting at the window.
Oh, no, it gets better, right? Not only that, they bring it out to you. And then when they get out to you and you're like, oh, you didn't get your drink, you didn't get your straw. Now you got to watch this lady that's barely, almost ready to retire, going back in, and you feel bad that she got to go get your shit. Like, you could run in and get it from the inside and back out before she makes it to the door.
Yeah.
But you feel bad because they made her bring your shit to you and they forgot to put it in the bag. At least at the window, I can be like, hey, right behind you, get me that thing that you forgot.
Yep.
Now, and then here's the best part, right? So you tell her, you're like, I don't have a straw. So she walks back, and then you're looking through the bag, and you're like, I'm missing fucking 4 other things. And then she comes back, and you're like, look, I don't mean to be a dick, but I'm missing this, and I need you to go get it.
Yeah. I can't go get it. I don't work here.
And I drive through the drive-thru, but they're just going to put me back here again. So you might as well just bring it out.
Yeah. Why did we just... What happened? I know that's why. It has to be. So when people pull up, they're like, oh, the drive-thru's empty. I'll come in.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm going to go to
That
McDonald's
has to
today
be
because
it.
McDonald's has parked everybody, so I don't
Yeah.
see a queue. But I'm looking at Wendy's, and they got a queue around the building. But it's the same reason like Chick-fil-A does it, too, because they'll basically put everybody in the 2 lanes, and they'll take their orders ahead of time.
Oh, yeah.
But the worst part is that, and for anybody from the Chick-fil-A in New York, if you work there, the improvement to your drive-thru is not an improvement. People can't merge on a regular highway, let alone your drive-thru.
Oh, no. Is that what they did? I saw it was under construction.
It's 2, and then there's little pylons to tell you, like, oh, it's time to merge. No, they don't care if it's your turn or their turn. They're just going to cut you off. It's York, people, or if you're watching that other YouTube video that my wife sent around, it's Philly traffic.
The merging. Yeah, you're right. They fucked the drive-thru up with the merging there. Like, people don't get along.
People
Especially,
can't merge on the highway. Like, you see
Yeah.
it all the time. It's like left lane closed, and they're like, I'm going to ride the left lane until I hit the fucking barrier.
Yep. And then it's hungry people, too. In the
Yeah.
drive-thrus, it's hungry people. Like, we're not getting along right now. They're very upset when they're hungry.
Exactly.
A year
It's
between
lunchtime.
me...
I got 30 minutes to get back to a place I didn't want to be at anyway, but I got to leave for a little bit of respite, and now I got to go back to it.
Yep.
And you're just pissing me off even more.
Man. We had like a 20-minute segment of just picking up food.
Exactly. Well, that's kind of what I was bitching about anyway that started because it just set me off on so many things. And I was like, I can't believe this. Like, there are people that get it right, but then they fuck up other things. And then there are people who get that part right, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, there's
All
so
right.
much more. But I feel like we got to move on.
So we
can't have the whole podcast be about just
We can't
picking up
bitch
food
about food and apps and delivery and all that
the
stuff.
whole time.
Let's see Joe get proved
Okay.
wrong by the other version of
I think
Google.
I might have to turn my phone off, though.
Well, does that fuck up anything else? Like,
I don't
does this
know.
all die?
I have the topics here. Here we go. The point was that when I say the word, can they see it? Right here, we have a Google Home. So, oh good Lord, don't unplug it. You're bending the cable. Oh my goodness.
Is that a problem with these? Like, geez, I don't. Mine's not this like.
I don't, dude. It's temperamental. It gets upset. You know. You don't have to. You said you don't have to use that type of language.
Jeff
know.
Bezos made one for me that's not quite this dainty though. Like, I mean, my cable stays in for the
Oh,
most
careful!
part.
The buttons are on the side.
Oh, I touched a button.
Yeah. See, these are the. See, this is how you do the volume. Here, we should probably volume up.
All right, I'm just gonna
Hear
hold it like
bitch.
this.
There
so
we
that
go.
you
Now we
see
can
it,
see it. Okay.
and I'll move it close.
What's the temperature outside?
The current temperature in Windsor is 42 degrees.
See? But, okay, what's the fucking temperature outside?
I don't understand.
Mythical! Okay, you're a fucking bitch.
Please don't talk to me that way.
She does understand. She knows what that word fucking means.
Okay. Anytime I ask for what is the fucking weather, just take the weather wind chill and repeat it to me.
Right now in Windsor, it feels like 38 due to wind chill.
Did you just reprogram her?
I don't know. Try it again.
Okay, what's the fucking temperature outside?
Sorry, I don't understand.
No, I didn't fix it.
Yeah.
Still broke it.
There's no fixing it. I'm right! She made me look stupid last week. All
I
right.
mean, she made you look stupid anyway for the fact that you had to bring her down to prove that you were wrong to begin with.
I don't have a Google in my basement. All right, we're
Why
unplugging
not?
that
You
bitch.
should have one in every basement.
I was right. Now she dies. I don't know where to put her. I need room. We got more toys. It's like a
What,
tech.
let me move
I'm like
the
a tech.
sign.
Careful now. Careful. It's expensive. Okay, now
Damage it.
the next item. It's like a show and tell now. Okay, so we've had this problem for how many shows? There's a 5th show that.
Yeah, it's at least
if you've watched
5.
all 5 shows, you are a trooper. And comment in the bottom. Let me know who you are who've watched all 5. And I'll give you a thumbs up and I try to reply. I mean, I guess to the people that did.
That's
but most
all you're
people.
getting. He has nothing else to give you. I mean, he'll give you like a thumbs up, a reply. You know, he'll tell you life's
That's all I
your
got.
favorite thing. But
Yeah.
that's just Joe.
Yeah. All right. So we've been requested that we needed a button that we could hit when we have a complaint. So Kenny suggested I buy buttons. He sent them to me. So we got buttons. So
They were
There's-
originally designed for dogs, so I figured Joe could get this down, but apparently he's waiting for me to help him.
I didn't want to open it without you. Like it's like, this is ceremonial. Like how long are we going to keep the buttons?
There's only 2 of us.
I had last week too. I had them, but we didn't get to it. Like the segments go so long, I need to start controlling my segments. You need to put a timer on it. Okay, so you should be able to turn it on. I think I put the batteries in them, but I didn't do anything else. So I
Okay.
think when you hit them, they just make like that's probably the production worker testing it, going hello.
Where do you turn it on at?
Wait, it is on, isn't it?
I mean, I'm pressing it.
Jesus, you're as bad as the fucking Google Home. Good Lord. What? Where's the instructions?
Well, you got 3 buttons for the price of 4.
Here's the
everybody.
instructions.
Well, I figured there's a record button on the bottom. I could figure that much out, but
Well, I think you hold it and then say what you want to say. So when you have a complaint, what are we gonna? That one's broke.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
Kenny's got a tiny wiener too.
Kenny's got a tiny wiener, too.
Fuck you.
Complaint department for everything other than wieners.
Complaint department for everything other than wieners.
Complaint! Right? Maybe that would be the thing.
Complaint!
Hey, at least that one works. It was just,
It worked now.
You must
I
have
could-
pre-recorded something on last.
I probably pushed the button when I was putting the batteries
All
in.
right, now here's the best part. See if you remember which button is which in the end.
Oh shit. I'm gonna hit the one that tells me I have a tiny wiener.
You're gonna figure it out in the end. You're gonna reach for a button.
God damn it.
That makes this so much better.
We should pre-record them before the show. Like, you get 2, I get 2, and then we'll hit them.
Yeah, and then next time it'll just be Russian roulette. Which one is it? All right, so
Do I have to
I'm out of complaints. So go ahead and hit
Oh.
your button, and what do you got next?
Hang on. I turned my phone off. No, hurry. Hang on. They're going to tune out. Oh, no, they got 4 seconds. Entertain them for 4 seconds while my phone wakes up.
You can't edit this out.
No, I'm not editing any of this crap. That's the point. I don't have to edit any of this. Those shorts, they take a lot of work, though. My God. Okay, so do you have LED light bulbs?
I do, and I have varying feelings about them, so it depends on what we want to bitch about. But I can go for sure.
I mean, we can try. My complaint. Oh fuck.
Yeah, you figure out what.
Well, I know the blue one, like right, like that's the.
Complaint!
All right.
okay.
Well, the other ones you got to take a guess.
I don't remember. Good Lord, they're all similar in color. All right, LED light bulbs. They suck.
Kenny's got a tiny wiener.
Yeah! All right. That makes it so much better. But, right, I feel like the promise was, did I go over this before on a podcast? I don't remember, but I feel like the promise was that LED light bulbs are not going to burn out.
I believe you and Fuzz talked about this on your episode.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, you want to bitch about it for a little bit?
Well,
But
my
they
complaint
do
is,
burn out. And the weird way that mine burn out in my house, they start strobing.
Yeah.
Like, doof,
So that's
doof,
what
doof,
happens.
doof,
Like
doof.
it's like we're gonna have a disco party this week. But the best part is like, so when I buy these, I don't buy just the regular LED lights. I buy the programmable ones.
Yeah.
But the problem is like every year they come out with a new firmware. So the first ones I bought, you know what I fucking hated? Not only did they eventually die, which they're supposed to live forever. That was why we had these things. But you would program it, right? And then the power would go out. And when the power comes back on, guess what? Every light's on.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Because it doesn't turn it
yeah.
off. So eventually they fixed that, right? So eventually
Yeah.
they put that into the programming. Like next time when
yeah.
the light comes back on, turn those off. But it's only the new bulbs. So I've still got these motherfuckers around my house that just come on randomly. I'm not paying $25 to replace another one just because
Yeah.
you made it better.
They're expensive. I know.
Yeah.
But it is fun when they go to die because they like doof, 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 doof.
Then you get
and
that.
it's
But
like,
have you had yours where they actually go to die and this part like shrinks and you see this bulge up like from the heat?
what?
Yeah.
Where are you getting your light bulbs from?
A Philips Hue version 1.
What? Name brand. This is some Walmart crap, and it just died.
Yeah, I didn't buy
I think
the
this is a
Japanese
smart
thing or
one though.
whatever.
Fiat Electric. I thought that was the smart one. I think
I
this might,
guess.
but it's dead with whatever it is.
I
And
didn't
it's like-
buy the the cheapo. I bought the actual Philips Hue bulb, the one that I had that shrunk. This part like shrank over time from the heat, and this part like almost popped off, and then it started doing a little strobe thing.
Damn. No, I never had that happen. But the problem is it used to be $3 a light bulb or whatever it was,
Yeah.
$1. Now our light bulbs that are supposed to last forever are costing $25 fucking dollars a piece.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is a problem. Because I've only lived here for 4 years, and I've easily gone through 4 or 5 of them. So like, We're getting fucked.
So I've lived in my place at least for about 8-9 years now, and I think I've replaced 3 or 4 of those 2 years in or out. So I mean, I'm getting a little bit more life out of them than you are. So if you buy the name brand ones, they might shrink, they might do some weird shit, but apparently they last a little longer than your cheapo.
Yeah, well, still a bad investment.
Oh, I completely agree.
Warren Buffett would not buy this.
I mean, I don't think Warren Buffett really cares what
Light bulbs he's
bulbs are in
buying.
his house. Yeah,
He seems particular.
you would hope.
Yeah. All right, that was good for that one, I think. How much more can you talk about light bulbs? I wanted to. Think I can throw it?
I mean, it's not going to break. So
Be dramatic.
You can throw it, but see. Oh no, it
break.
shattered everybody.
It's right in front of the heater. It might shrink now.
Yeah, now it's gonna. By the end of the episode, you're gonna see him. It's gonna be the end of the show.
You'll see the smoke coming up behind us.
It's the grand finale, everybody.
It's like Walt Disney World. We have a freaking finale. I'm thirsty. I want to drink. Oh, we've been talking a while. But anyways. So yeah, that one was fun. Okay, so I don't know if anybody else does this, but when you're sick, the name brand of, like a cold, right? So you would buy, particularly I buy Sudafed. I go to the pharmacy behind the thing, and you got to ask them for it because it's the real shit. The stuff out on the floor, that don't do shit.
Well, us with mental health issues, we can't take that stuff. So we don't.
Really?
Yeah. When you're
What?
taking antidepressants or anxiety meds and stuff like that, you have to be very careful what cold medications and stuff you take because that stuff can interact.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't
So
know
we
that.
have to be very careful.
Do other people know this?
They probably don't, because if you ask your pharmacist, they'll be like, "Yeah, that one's on sale. Go ahead and buy it." But you're not supposed to mix certain, SSRIs or anxiety medications with cold medications. So, like, my doctor would tell me just take Mucinex and Mucinex only.
Really?
And drink water because the guaifenesin is okay, but everything else, if it has that D word, the dextromethorphan or whatever,
Yeah.
that can,
I thought that was what was in Mucinex.
No, if you just get the original guaifenesin without the...
Wait, do you get Mucinex or Mucinex DM?
I get Mucinex, just regular Mucinex.
Oh,
no DM.
okay. I always get the DM.
is the
Oh, okay. That was dude. I bought Mucinex one time. I could not stop coughing.
Right?
No,
But that's
that
its
was
point.
8 hours of fucking misery.
That's its point, though.
No,
You're
what?
supposed to
What?
cough
Why would I
everything.
take it to be miserable? It's like when people buy hot wings and they're like, these are great, and they're tearing up all over their fucking
Well,
face.
there's a lot of people that take
Like
things
I
to
can
be
kick you in the
miserable.
fucking nuts and you can have the same exact reaction. Just
So
saying.
we totally veered off. where
Save you
were going with
$25.
this.
I did. I didn't know it was going to go this way, but most of them we don't. Like I just start here and then it always like I start it and then it like fucking.
Right? It just goes on a tangent.
It's like a fire in L.A. Like.
yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh, look, it's a boy. Shit. I didn't do that.
But yeah, I did not know that. Well, I mean, like, I didn't. I was going to bitch about something completely different.
Yeah,
but
you were
I
going to
did
bitch
not
about
know.
generic versus...
No, well,
brand, but-
no. What I was actually going to bitch about because I didn't get to it was, sorry, I just drank the Coke and now I'm
Right.
burping. What I was actually going to bitch about is because that was the good shit. Like you go back, goodness gracious, you go back behind the counter and you get the 24-hour. So it's this big super duper pill, freaking works. You only have to take one a day, and there you go. And then take it in the morning, you're good all day. It's freaking awesome. So I go into the store because I run out. Because first of all, you got to go up, you got to show your ID. There's these ridiculous regulations. I think it's just PA law. I don't think it's federal.
Oh, no,
But
it's
you can
pretty
only-
much federal because they see you coming and they're like, I watched his YouTube. I've seen him in his basement. He's cooking meth, guys. This is Breaking Bad right here.
Where it is, they saw this, then they
Yeah,
knew.
they saw this episode and they're like, we can't sell him the 24-hour Sudafed. He's going to make some fucking crack.
So the rules, I remember the rule last time, vaguely, was you can only buy like 90 milligrams or something like that in a 60-day or 30-day period.
Yeah.
But you can only buy 20 milligrams a day or something like that, which is one container. It was
So
you
Joe's
could buy-
bouncing from pharmacy to pharmacy,
Yeah.
building to building.
You've got to race it,
Otherwise, he's not making the meth this week, guys.
Yeah, I'm like, we're not all fucking cooking meth. Like, they restricted it so much. And then you're like, all right, fine, I'll do the thing. Okay, I'll come back tomorrow and buy another carton. It's like, I want to stock up because when I'm sick, I don't want to come out here. I want it in my fucking
And it
house.
is an inconvenience for you because the problem is if you were cooking meth or you wanted to make meth, you would still do it. You would make the multiple trips. You'd be like, look at my fake ID that has somebody else's name but my slightly altered picture, and I'm going to do something to my face.
Yeah, it doesn't, like
Like,
it's, they think they're making
still
it
gonna
better.
do it anyway. They're not making it better for that portion. They're making it worse for us that are like, I just want to buy the razor and shave my face. I'm not trying to cut my arm or anything. I just want to shave my face. I know you don't understand shaving because if you did, you would be bald.
Fuck you.
Complaint department for everything other than wieners.
Ah. That's the tiny dick one.
Exactly.
Ah, and I figured it out. But no, they even made it worse now. Now it's only the 12-hour one. They don't sell the 24-hour one. And I went to 3 pharmacies and it's gone. I referred with mom. She said, no, it's gone. They don't sell it anymore. So they made it even harder. And I'm
But
like,
that's
you want
not
me
a
to come out
pharmacy
here when I'm
decision.
fucking sick and I'm going to sneeze all over you. I'm going to do it on purpose. I know it's not your fault, but I can't sneeze on the
That's
governor.
the problem. Sudafed's like, fucking Joe's coming out here once a month to buy Sudafed. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to make it half effective so he's got to come out here more often.
Like, and you're like, wonder why. And yeah, next I'll have to put a mask on to fucking buy it.
I mean, you should probably put a mask on anyway.
I ain't putting a mask on.
They think you were 3 years old, man.
Yeah, they'd be like, they'll ID me then, not even just to buy it. It'll be like, you look 12.
Yeah, does your mommy know you're in here?
Yeah. So they made it even harder, and that's just like, that deserves a.
Complaint!
I think I have to move him.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
God damn it! Gotta move them closer because they're far away from our mics.
All right, my memory's not as foggy as yours.
We need. I'm gonna
so-
buy another pack, and
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
I need to buy another pack so they're all blue, and you wouldn't know then.
Or we could just
Yeah.
spray paint them all. We have
that
this
would be-
basement. I'm sure there's spray paint here.
Don't tempt me. I'll take them apart.
I mean, it's 4 screws, man. There's only 4 little holes on the bottom.
Yeah, but you gotta
Pop
pull
the
the little
pads off.
feet off. Oh my goodness.
I've seen
I'm
you
busy.
slave over that complaint department sign, and you can't open these up to spray
Right?
paint them.
It's like this took me 6 or 7 hours.
All right, you know what? You're gonna delegate
block
that
the
out to
buttons.
your niece. So why don't we delegate this out to somebody that knows what they're doing? Just
There.
find somebody that'll paint these for you. Like maybe your niece will do it.
Make their own. Yeah, my niece, and then make her make the recordings.
Yeah,
That'd be
so
funny.
we have no idea what they are.
Then I could make it safe for kids.
No.
No.
Have you been on a bus these days? You should hear the stuff I hear from my kid at the house. Like, I'm like, where did you hear that? Like,
Really?
say that? Like, I look at my wife and I'm like, did we say that in front of her? And she's like, we would have never said that. And I'm like, good, because I don't even know what it is.
Oh, that's funny. Next thing I had, I don't know if you experienced this much, but the fancier the hotel, the worse the amenities. I feel like I go to like a Super 8 or some dirt Days Inn.
All right,
I've got a
subtext-
microwave, I've got a fridge, I've damn near got a whole kitchen in that thing, and it's all
Subtext.
set up for $30.
For
I
everybody
go
that's
some-
watching this video at home that isn't your friend, Joe did not grow up poor, obviously, which is why he can pick and choose what hotels he wants to go to. Continue.
Not really. No, yeah. I didn't have a Lambo. All right. But then I go to like a $200, $250 a night, and I gotta like, oh, there's one microwave, and it's in the. This happened to me. I was in Chicago, and then I was like, hey, I Uber Eats or whatever my rice that I was getting, and from like a Chinese place, it was like cool, and I had it, but then I had half left because I'm not a monster. I didn't eat all of it, and I didn't want to have to. It's expensive, so you order enough. So I call them up. I'm like, hey, can I get a microwave or whatever? Like, no, we don't do that, but there are 2 microwaves down in the lobby. I'm like, this is like a Hilton or something. I forget what it was, and then it was like 50 stories, like downtown. I'm like,
So here's the
2
best part, right?
microwaves. So
I
I'm
can
like,
relate.
all right, fuck you. I went down there in my fucking pajamas and flip-flops in the fucking lobby of this fancy fucking hotel to heat up my fucking rice. I'm like, this is what you want?
So as somebody that grew up poor, when we buy our own hotels, we buy the cheapest one possible because if I'm going somewhere, I'm probably spending as little time at the hotel as possible. But I have experienced your problem because as I started working in tech and stuff like that, you eventually go to hotels and stuff for companies, for conferences and shit like that. And I have experienced it. But have you ever experienced this where you go to a hotel and like after a certain period of night, the kitchen's still open for room service and stuff, but they shut the lobby down so you can't like order pizza or anything like from
Really?
external. Yeah, so I've had that before where I'm like, hey, I want to order a pizza because I don't want to pay $17 for a cheeseburger. I want
Yeah.
to pay like $17 for an entire large pizza.
Yeah.
So I want to get that done and get it delivered and go down to the lobby. And I feel like I got to let this guy in, like it's a crime. Sneak him into the building. Like, I know you're not on the lease, but
You're sneaking him in the back door with your pizza? Yo,
all right,
yo,
Papa John, here you go.
yo, you got that pepperoni, bro? You got that meat on there?
Bring it
Oh,
in.
shit. And and then you had to tip him before he got there, so.
Right, and then you're walking up through the lobby, with this pizza, and everybody's looking at you like, "How'd you get in here? You're not supposed to be in here." And I'm like, "This is mine."
I earned this shit.
And then you're going up through, and you're gonna enter the room. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta change the battery.
All right.
Oh!
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
God damn it, Kenny.
My name is Joe, and it's a tiny penis. Joe has a tiny wiener.
All right. We're back.
We're back, and Joe has a complaint that he's going to go over about a story. This may end up being the end of the podcast. Joe doesn't think it's going to take the rest of the
I don't think it's-
episode, but I'm pretty sure that I can carry it out because I know this story personally, and there's a lot to it.
Well, there's like 3 stories, but this is one of them. Where, I mean, I have trouble. I don't know if anybody else has this trouble, but I have trouble with Amazon finding my property. So I've had to put up like signs up the driveway and stuff like that, like deliveries this way, that ironically I had to buy from Amazon to be like, get them to actually give the darn signs to me. But then I like put my house number on them and stuff. So I've had trouble, right? So I usually get the phone call from Amazon when they're here. I didn't get a phone call for this one. The person was texting me, "Hey, I'm having trouble finding your address." I'm like, okay. Hey, big green mailbox at the end of the driveway. It's a really long driveway. You know, here's the house number. The house numbers count up. You know, some of them, I swear they can't count because I'm like, the one guy called me and was like, "I'm at 1873. I'm like, that number's not high enough.
Yeah,
like mine's higher than that. So
Keep going. Mine's less than 2100, so
Yeah.
keep going till you hit that block.
keep going, right? So like couldn't figure that out. So then I was texting this person, and then I was like, yeah, and I gave them that, and then they just didn't respond, and then they said we were talking back and forth, regular, whatever, and then they said the package is in the Basan.
And I remember when Joe sent this to me, he goes, "The package is in the Basan." And I took it upon myself to Google it, and apparently at some point, Basan does mean letterbox or mailbox or whatever.
Yeah.
But Joe didn't know this during the
No,
text
I didn't.
conversation because
We were English the whole way
it was
through.
like, "Hey, bruh, I got your package. Where are you at?" "Oh, it's in the Basan." Like, I'm going to throw this guy off. He doesn't know what a Basan is, so he's
I'm
going to be
like,
out fucking looking around.
Right? We went English the whole way through, and then I'm supposed to know, hey, that last word, Spanish. I was like, I didn't know. I had no freaking idea. Took me like a day to find it.
So then, as this guy knows that the Amazon driver that he just dealt with speaks both English and Spanish, he orders signs to help direct people up his driveway. But guess what? They're only in English, so it didn't help Joe at all.
You're
so
right.
He's had problems still getting his deliveries here because it doesn't say it in Spanish.
I never thought I had to order delivery in Spanish. It just says deliveries with an arrow that way.
Yeah,
you
they're
think
like,
the
what does that
delivery
mean?
guy would be able to read delivery in a few different languages?
Well, apparently we've got to make it say Bazan that way.
Like it's on the side of the mailbox. It's then like 3 trees up. Then it's like at the top at another tree. Like there's like 4 or 5 signs to lead this guy down. Like, and then you're coming from the other way. It's on the other side of the mailbox. Like, I'm trying to help you out as much
then
as I can.
I've got
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
to tack onto your complaint because
It's this
of you.
one.
I have the tiniest wiener you've ever seen.
So
It said Joe has the tiniest wiener you've ever seen. And he whispered it in there when I was resetting the battery, I guess. Here, we'll just...
I have the tiniest wiener you've ever seen.
God damn it, Kenny.
So, because of you, I now no longer know where my Amazon drivers are. And I know this is because of you, because we live close enough together. So Joe has put these signs up to get these Amazon drivers to try to get them to his house. So, as this is happening, it used to be I could go on Amazon and it would say, hey, Bob is, 7 stops away. So I'd have an idea when Bob's coming, so maybe I didn't have to rush out before my Amazon package got there. I can't see that anymore. And I'm pretty sure it's because of this guy. Do you want to tell that story as to why in Pennsylvania we can't find out where our package is anymore?
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
I can't remember which one's which. Where's the... They all say it, don't they?
Joe's a tiny wiener. My name is Joe, and it's a tiny penis.
God damn it. He took the complaint one away. Anyways, all right. So one time I really needed this package. Like I have restless legs, so then I have this massage gun, and then it's like, well, I can't sleep without this thing. Massage gun died. I bought another one. It said it'll be here tomorrow. You know, like you get the 24, you know, it'll be here tomorrow, 4 a.m. or whatever the hell. And you're like, that's perfect. That's exactly why I bought that one. I need it now. You know? So I bought it, and then I'm watching on the map, and I can see, like, this is not my first time watching an Amazon driver. I can see him, and you can see the little dot moving. You can see your dumbass little house, and then you can see the Amazon driver going.
Back
you're
when
like,
the feature was available, everybody.
and you're like, I've seen this. You know what happens then? And then it passes because it goes like, you're the next stop. And then it goes, oh, we'll be back. Or whatever the hell. The Amazon driver has a couple stops and then they'll be back. No. Do you know what happens? Then they forget about you and they're like, oh, sorry, we missed your delivery. That'll be tomorrow. Damn it. No, not tomorrow. Now. You said now. That's why I bought it. That's why I spent all that money on that one. Now. So, did you know it updates pretty accurately? I followed some bitch. I followed them. Like, it only updates. I'll give you that it will. It's about 2 minutes delayed. So then you get a big long road. You know, speaking from a friend, I don't know who did this. But let's say there's a big long road and you see some bitch going down the road. So then you can be like, oh, I'm going to go to the end of that road. And then wait there. And then see them. You know, they put the fucking vest on. I'm pretty sure I can pick you out like a dick in sweatpants. I'm pretty fucking sure I can find your ass. So I chased them. Maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or something like that. And then I'm like getting it. And then I blocked the exit. They couldn't get out. And I was like, I didn't mean to block the exit. I was just turning around. But then when I was turning around in the end of the driveway, it looked like, oh, I put my car in the way and they can't get out. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to look like I'm going to kill them. Like, I'm not trying to kill you. I just want my massage gun. I'm not trying to. And I'm like, hey. Like, I don't have a weapon, but you have my package. I need my package. So, and she's like, she didn't speak English. I'm like,
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
So she
I get
didn't
it. You
speak
couldn't.
English.
You couldn't read fucking deliveries. Got it. All right. So this is where we're at. I'm like, I pull out my phone. I'm like, this is what it is. You passed my driveway. You're not gonna give me my thing. Can I just have my package? And then like she didn't speak English, so then she like called her husband or whatever. I'm like, oh God, it's the cops. And it's like, no, it was somebody. And we were translating on the phone, and he was like, well, she can give you the package, but we gotta go back to your address because I guess the Amazon app that they use, like they have to be within the like vicinity
within
before they can
the
say
distance, yeah.
right. You can't just be like, whoop, drop them all off, throw them out the fucking window, right? Like Bezos got
These
figured
days
out.
you have to take pictures of the house too to prove that it's there, at least.
Yeah, exactly. So she's like, I have to follow you back to your house. I'm like, oh, good Lord. So she did. And we were like 5 miles. We were really far away. It took me a while. It was daylight when I started. It was night by the time we got back to my house. It was a while. So we get back, and then I guess she took it in good spirit because, like, she followed me all the way back to my house, and then, like, I parked and then, like, stayed away. You know, I was like, whatever. She pulled up, and then she rolled down the window, and she go, Joey, here's your package. And then, like, gave it to me, and I was like, fuck yeah. So they just need a little bit of help. They just need a little, just a little help.
That's how Joe tells the story. But from my point of view, I see it as Joe basically kidnapped an Amazon driver and said, give me my fucking package right now, and you're going to follow me to my house and follow your regulations, and you're going to take a picture to show them that I had to make you come back here. And this is why we no longer can see where the drivers are. Because I used to be able to tell where my driver's at, like, oh, I'm only 3 stops away. But then there's people like this that will follow them around.
I gave you signs. I did the description. They're like, fill in the description. They only give you like 200 characters. You're like, my driveway is more than 200 characters long. I can tell you. I can't give pictures or nothing. Like, I want to help you.
Well, now they come up and they're like, well, I'll make sure he's not getting his package because that while it says deliveries, it really means murder up that way because you're going to go to his house and go in his basement and he's going to beat you and torture you until you give him his massage gun for his perineum exercises.
You go to Amazon training. I'm one of the examples. Like, they're like, this driveway, yep, you're going to run into this guy. All right, don't do that. We don't give him packages anymore. We canceled his membership.
If this happens and somebody parks you in, just pretend you speak Spanish and only Spanish. And now, do not call somebody to translate. Just keep speaking Spanish until the man leaves.
Just right into the side of his car, move him out of the way. I've had quite a saga with Amazon packages. But it all started when they got rid of the USPS. So USPS, they don't care. They'll drive through the woods to get to my house. I've never gotten, like, people say bad things about it, but that is not a,
That's
shit.
not a complaint.
They all say tiny wiener. I'm not hitting them. Put it back. Complaint! Damn it.
Complaint!
Fucker.
The best part is just watching you forget which ones are which every time
I know.
you hit it. So.
It's just my fucking favorite.
Because people watching this video are like, why does he know that they all say tiny wieners?
I know, because they've all memorized them. They're like so stupid, but like I got like 50 stories flying in my head. I can't remember what the red one says.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
But
Can't
I
get
know
rid
which
of that
one it says.
They're getting sick of hearing that one because I've hit it 50 times.
That's their favorite.
10 minutes, told you. Or 15.
It's like 10 to 15. But,
Yeah.
I mean, we could have gone into more of the Baison, but yeah, you shortened that one up a little bit.
Yeah. Understanding the curse words. Well, I mean, you'd be a good one for this topic, but I don't know. Because we did talk into the, like, we just jump topics. Like, it doesn't even, like, we don't even follow a path. But I feel like, okay, we did that one. Are you okay with maybe an AI question?
I can try. I'm not an expert, but...
What is, okay, let's just say, let's just say the question. Why can't we have AI boobs? Right? Why does it seem like there's something in the way? Like, I go to do it, and every chat GPT is like, you can't have boobs. You're like, I'm married. I have boobs at my house. Like, I can see them whenever I want.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
So the answer is because actually it does exist. The problem is that people use it for horrible things. There was just recently a school that had basically students using it to unclothe other students that were underage. So they're basically using it to create child porn. Problem is that while me and you think, oh, I just want to see some boobs, there's a lot of other people out there that have very sick intentions that can't use technology for good things. So they have to lock them down. So when you go to like the freely publicly available ones are the ones that people know about. Those are the ones that are like, I can't show you boobs, Joe. No, you can't see boobs. But if you go on the dark web, you could find AI that will produce boobs.
Oh, okay.
It's just, you're looking at ones that have a specific playground around them because they're like, we don't want to get into the child porn thing. It's not our
But
deal.
you can have them do other things.
You could, but the problem is where do you set the limits?
Yeah.
How do you tell AI to not create child porn but allow boobs when it has no idea of the concept of age?
You're right. It can't even spell. Like, it spells as bad as I do.
Shit, I see fucking 30-year-olds that look 18 some days, and I see 18-year-olds that look 50. So, I mean, I can't tell, let alone AI.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's a good reason, but I still want them. Can we fix it somehow? Like, can't I, like...
But at this point in life, why do you need AI boobs? I mean, there's so much free porn on the internet. Why do you need AI boobs? What's
I don't know.
different?
It's just like another thing. You're like, I just feel like I should be allowed to have that.
I mean, but with this fucking lovely sign ain't even created with AI, why don't we just draw you two little circles with some dots and
So I need AI to create
you'll
my
have AI
sign?
boobs?
Maybe I should.
I sent you an AI sign.
You
I
did?
sent you two of them. Yeah, the
I don't
Lego
remember.
creatures. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
You
remember.
sitting behind a desk as a
Yeah,
Lego.
yeah, but it looked like a Lego thing. I'm going to get a fucking lawsuit already.
No, because look, as a kid, we didn't have Legos. Now, I'm remembering back when I was a kid, I thought we had Legos because I thought, I bought, okay. Complaint. I thought Legos were cheap when we were kids, right? Because I went to buy some for my wife and kids recently, and they're expensive. Lego kits are expensive these days.
Extremely.
And I'm like, well, when we were kids, we were poor, but we still had Legos. Now, I thought back. My parents made me think we had Legos. We had that other brand that was compatible with Lego. So it looked like you had Legos. And they're like, yeah, you got Legos, Bill. Don't worry about it. You got plenty of Legos in your bucket over there. Just go play.
You got the Bob Builders version
Yeah,
of
like
Legos.
I'm thinking back, like, oh man, we actually had Legos, so Legos were cheaper. No, they've always been expensive.
Yeah.
They're just getting more expensive now. So
Dude,
like what we would have
right?
and here's the best part, right? I remember growing up, I had a bucket of Legos that had like random Legos in it. I could build whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you buy these sets of Legos, you have to build what's in the set.
Yeah.
But if you want to buy just like extra Lego pieces to build your own stuff, It's expensive.
Really?
Like, you can't buy just a bucket of Legos. You can buy like wheels, or you can buy this, or you can buy like an assortment of things that move
Really?
and roll. Yeah, I can't just buy.
Yeah, I had like the big thing of Legos that you could just dump out and
Yeah, they
start
don't make
building
that
stuff.
anymore. If they do, it's like, oh, this thing will build like a cow, a pig, and a horse.
Really?
Yeah,
That's stupid.
I
I mean,
know.
we all built like a house. It wasn't like anything like crazy.
exactly.
It wasn't anything that we ever did like that was that creative, but it made you think creative. Like
But you
I
had
did the
option
ones
to build
too.
what you wanted.
Yeah, I did the ones too where you built, whatever was on the box. Those were fun, but
Yeah.
you're on step 3004. You're like, okay, this took a while. I don't want to drop it, but like, it's not like building your own thing. You're like, and then you
Well,
have
yeah,
little
that's the
Lego
thing.
guys
That was
walking
the,
around.
That was the intensity. Like when I was a kid and I had the bucket of Legos, I could build something and then just fucking smash it against the ground and build something else. Or you'd build like a house for your cars, like
Yeah,
your Matchbox
yeah.
cars, and then run into them and create accidents and stuff, and it
Yeah.
would look like carnage.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that big of a deal. But like you said, when you're in step 3001 of the Harry Potter castle, if a car crashes into my Harry Potter castle, I'm going to have some issues.
Yeah, well, you never want to take it apart.
Exactly.
Like, you're going to put it together once and then never touch it.
But you don't want anything to happen to it while you're putting it together either, because you don't want to go back to step 1 from 3045.
Yeah, no way. Fuck that. No, but it does, I feel like it stifles the creativity a little bit. It makes Lego like a different thing.
And
then.
that's what
It's
I'm
like
saying.
it's like a
stifles it
little, it's
because
like,
you're like, if I want to build this really cool thing, now I've got to buy those 17 sets that might have the pieces I need.
yeah. It like stifles the creativity. It just teaches kids to like buy IKEA furniture. Don't build your own furniture. Buy it from IKEA where we give you the steps.
And there are websites out there where you can go, hey, I want to build this with Lego. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. You want to build this with Lego? Here's all the parts you need. Good luck.
Yeah, yeah. Really?
I mean,
good Lord.
it probably doesn't say good luck, but it probably tells you want to buy this set
This is
for
the called. This is called the
$7,000
good
and
luck.
this
Good luck, bitch.
set.
Set.
Good luck with Legos.
The good luck set. Yeah. Oh, it's a short one, but I
All right.
could bid because it's not going to relate to anything. But I just want to say it so bad, and then
All
I
right.
want to tag Elon in it because it has to do with the Tesla. That like they can't figure it out. Like a normal car. Like when you drive your car, when you drove over here, were your legs cold?
In my case, yes, because it's like negative 7
Okay, you've been
degrees
driving
outside
for a
today.
half an hour. Your legs are
But
warm.
yeah, I get
right?
the concept. Yeah,
They
it's
blow.
not-
How do they do it? When you turn the heat, you got like auto heat, like or whatever.
No, I don't have auto. I gotta actually turn
Okay.
it on. I got
Well-
the old. Remember, not rich, not rich.
Yeah,
Have the old
you're
school
fucking
button.
rich now, you son of a bitch. You make more money than I do.
It doesn't mean I need to beat you and start spending on shit.
I'm not fucking rich either. I just buy all the wrong shit. That's
No,
why I'm still poor.
Mine's turn it on, aiming at the feet kind of deal.
That's right? You figured it out. You're not an engineer in California, but you've still figured it out. Like Tesla doesn't do that. They blow it right in your fucking face. Like that's not how heat works. My Tootsies are fucking cold all the fucking time in my fucking Tesla. Like I hate it. I hate it so much. It's the only thing I hate about
But how
the
do
car.
you screw up something that already exists? Like, see, here's the thing. I don't own a Tesla, so I don't know. But how do you screw up something that already exists? Because every car I've ever owned, right? Whether it be Volkswagen, whether it be Chevy, whether it be Saturn, whatever brand, it always had the same options for the car. It was basically like you have your defrost,
Yep.
you have your feet,
Yep.
you have your hands,
Yep.
and then you have the combination of all those in between.
Yep.
Like you can put together like
Yep.
the defrost in the floor and all that. How do you fuck up something that's been in existence forever?
I agree. So I just want to warn people, like if they ever do get a Tesla, your Tootsies in the winter will be cold because they haven't figured it out that blow it at your feet and then the heat, what? I learned in 4th grade that heat rises. We had a temperature gauge at the top and a temperature gauge at the bottom, and then I could see in the class, like, oh, it's like 3 degrees hotter up there.
Yeah.
It's the way it works. And you're like, these fucking engineers with these fucking fancy shit with blasting rockets into fucking space. But they can't figure out that my Tootsies are fucking cold. I go on the forum and people are saying it, but nobody's ever said it and I've never seen a video of it. I'm making the fucking video. I'm tagging Elon. You need to fucking fix it. Shoot the fucking heat at my fucking feet. My fucking feet are fucking cold.
All right, well,
I shouldn't have said fuck so many times because now he's not going to watch it.
But as you fix that, figure out this for every other car company out there in the world. Design a heater core that doesn't require the engine to run so that I can get in my car and have instant heat. I want to get in and have it right away. Like Joe said, did I drive over here with cold feet? Yeah, because my drive here wasn't long enough for my car to even warm up.
Like 2 minutes,
But that's
yeah.
the thing. If I had instant heat, I'd have had warm Tootsies too.
Yeah.
Because I could have been here with warm Tootsies. But no, I'm sitting here in front of Joe's fucking space heater now trying to keep them warm.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is it because of the engine? Like I don't have. There's
Well,
no
yeah, 'cause
engine up there
that's where
anymore.
The engine up there is what's creating the heat, so then it's kicking
Yeah.
it back in. Like,
But
it
even
hurts.
then, like
in my
there's
car,
a heat.
I have to hit the recirculator, else I'll get hit with heat. Like when I don't want it.
Yeah, because like the engine is there, and it like, like when you're driving, your feet are near it. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking like some of that is radiant heat too, hitting the side of the thing and then making
For
the heat
sure.
go like that. And I'm like, well, you dipshit. That's what you should put in the fucking frunk, not a. I don't use the frunk like
So,
it's.
so Joe says if you have an electric car, you should put an engine in your front. That's how we're gonna fix the heat problem, guys. We're gonna get you a generator for your frunk. We're gonna run it, and we're gonna hook it up to a space heater aimed directly at your toes. I've solved the problem for everyone that has a Tesla.
Fucking put a space heater up there, you motherfuckers. So I knew it would be a short one, but man, I just had to. I just had to bit. I had to do it. I had to do it. So I brought this down here because I was curious. How do you peel a banana? You do it this way, or do you do it this way?
I do it this way.
Yeah? Have you ever considered doing it this way?
I didn't know that was an option.
I didn't either. And then I saw some guy doing it on the internet, and like you like pinch it instead. Because like this, you go like this, and you're gonna squish the top of your banana, right?
Okay.
Like, can you do it without squishing your banana? Like, I don't think you can. It's gonna squish it. Well, you did it sideways.
I mean, I flipped mine off to the side.
but see, I'm always like squishing it.
But I didn't squish my banana. But I
See, then I saw a guy on the internet. He like pinches it like this on the end, and then pulls it this way, and like goes upside down with it. It's like, and then you didn't fuck the end up.
I mean, either way, this is larger than you've ever seen before.
All right.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
Damn it, Kenny. You son of a bitch. All right, moving on. I think. Let's see. Any of that poke out to you here that we didn't go over yet? We could do that one, or that one's funny, or this one. That one will set me off for a while.
All right,
though.
we can do that one because I can relate to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you falling off frame?
I was eating a banana.
So next topic up for bid here, and this bugs the shit out of me. Morning people. All right, I am not a morning people. Are you a morning people?
Not by choice.
Yeah. Right? Like what? I get it. Like back in the day there was the 9 to 5, but it doesn't seem like that anymore. Like people are getting to work at like 6 o'clock, and you're just like, what are you? Because everybody's like, well, that guy gets here at 9, I'll get here at 8. And then it started, that guy gets here at 8, I'm going to get here at 7. And eventually we're just going to have to get here yesterday. Like, I just feel like it keeps getting worse. And it's like, yeah, but we have like AI and machines. Shouldn't I show up at noon and go home at 3? Like, I don't know.
definitely
I just,
depends on the
like, if I
industry.
get to work that early, I'm like not as effective. If I get there at like 9, then it's like I'm relatively rested and I can actually be productive for the day.
That's my problem. Not so much the job as just the morning person, right? So let's back up just a little bit, right?
Yeah, you're
So
right.
The more issue is not so much that we're not as effective in the morning because we're there, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, but we're not that person that's walking in all chipper, cheery, ready to go. Fucking, they feel like they've been up for 7 hours already before they got there. They ran 7 miles that morning. And they're there to just be like, hi, Joe, how's it going today? It's the greatest day ever. And you're like, it's fucking cold and on a Thursday. Like, how?
Calm down, Karen. I know you
Yeah.
ran 3 miles. Dude, how do you do that? Like, I've heard that Tony Robbins shit where you're like, get up, get an ice bath, run 6 miles, then go to work. And you're like, it'd be 4:30 by the time I got there.
Right? My alarm goes off and I'm like, I got about 30 minutes to make it to the office. I'm like, oh, man, just... Yeah, I'm not now I am a morning person in the fact that I start work pretty early, so I work at 6 a.m., but I'm not a morning person in like, I don't wake up all ready to go. My morning consists of, caffeine, trying to wake up, slapping myself in the face 1,700 times until I actually wake up.
Yeah. But it seems like the whole world works around those sons of bitches, and then if you're not one, you're like looked down upon, right?
What makes no sense is not only that, though. We look down and say, well, that's not a morning person, so they must just be lazy, or they must be, this or that. But there are different time zones. Like, maybe I'm just a Japanese guy in a white person's body. Because maybe I'm 24 hours ahead. Maybe I just need that.
That's it. We woke up in the wrong time zone.
Yeah,
I'm going to fucking use that at
We're in the
work.
wrong time zone, man. Like I meant to be over in like India or something right now.
We came from...
I'm not awake.
Right? Didn't we all come from Africa? That's where we should be
Yeah,
set
like,
to.
That's where it should be.
I'm still on
past
Afri-
the prime meridian.
I'm still on Africa time. I'm not going to say I'm an African American. That's not going to work out well. But yeah, that's the worst part is like you're looked down upon. Like, Dad would always be like, "Oh, by the time you wake up, I got the whole damn day done." And you're like, "Yeah, well, at 7:30, I'm still doing stuff. Like, I'm still hitting my stride, and you're going to bed." I'm like, "Why isn't it lazy that you went to bed early?"
Right.
Like, I'm still getting things done. Like, I run 3 businesses currently, so it's like, how many businesses you run? 1, and you're like, that's cute. You're like, but I get up a little bit later. So it's like, I feel like I'm more productive with my time. A lot of people, they can't see it that way. Like, they get up at noon, and they're like, the whole day's shot. And I'm like, no, now your
day just began. Like it's
still the
you're in a
same
different
amount of
zone,
time.
man. Just set the clock differently.
It's still the same amount of time that you're woke up. You just have to be efficient with your time and be organized with your time. Like, if I wake up, it's like, that's not going to work.
It does kind of suck for the fact, like, if you're doing a job where you have things around you that are only open during that period, obviously that does force you to have to schedule things. But
Yes.
back to the morning person, right? So if every business is open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, how the fuck am I supposed to get there when I'm also working 9 to 5, Monday through fucking Friday?
You're fucking right. I worked at the bank, and I thought that. We opened at 7 and closed at like 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, when? All we got was, when I got there, a line of people at the door waiting for me to click, open that fucking door. Now, we all got to run in there because I know you were supposed to be at work at 7, but now you're here, and you're going to be a little bit late, but that's the only choice you had. Then you had the lunch rush of everybody, well, I skipped going to... wait in the fucking converging drive-through to come here today.
To come to the bank.
To come to the bank. So I'm already fucking hungry. And then the people rushing to get there right before we fucking closed. That was it. The in-between times, I snuck around the security and played computer games.
Yeah, I mean, I worked at a bank as well. So, I mean, I ran into the same issue. And the thing was that even when I stopped working at a bank and worked in other jobs like retail, it'd be the same thing. I'd be like, I'm off. I need to go do this thing at the bank or whatever. Nobody's open. So then you find a bank that's open later, which, at the time there was only like 1 or 2 that were staying open later. So now it's like that. But now it's everything on your phone.
Yeah.
But the problem is that when your phone doesn't work, when you're like, I need to do a mobile deposit, you still have to be like, I need to take like a sick day to go get this fucking certified check printed to pay some taxes or some shit. Because otherwise I ain't getting it done.
Yep. You're right. I had a mix up with like my car payment or the whatever. And like, well, it's kind of hard to do over the phone, but, if you have time to come in here one time, I'm like, you're a bank in Missouri.
Right.
How the fuck? Like, yeah, I'll take a flight. I'm on my way. Like, what the fuck?
But
like,
it's because people like Joe that worked at a bank that were there 9 to 5 had nothing to do. So they're like, well, if you got nothing else to do too, just come fucking in and I'll fix it.
It's between 10 and, 2. Like, there's nobody here.
Yeah, I'll be here. Just come on in. I'll see you. Make the 13-hour drive and come see me.
Yeah, it's just, you're totally right, though. Like, everybody, you're rushing to get there right before they close.
And it's
like,
everything. So, like, you're like, okay, today I got to do the bank because that's the one place I can get before they close. And they're like, oh, tomorrow I've got to go get to the fucking dog groomer or the dentist or the pharmacy.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, don't. I already went there to try to get my fucking Sudafed. Heaven forbid that they're fucking closed, too.
Right? Or you get there at the very end and they're like, oh, they messed this up, so we can't fill it. And I'm like, just sell it to me at full price, man. Like, I understand.
I'm not coming back.
Like, I understand you're trying to save me money. I'll call the insurance company and deal with that. Just give me the drugs. The doctor wants me to take them today. He didn't say go to the pharmacy, feel bad, wait there for 5 hours so they can tell you they don't have it today and come back tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm sick. I need it now because I couldn't
pick
pick it up early.
He said pick it up and take 2 today, not pick it up and take 2 whenever they fucking have it ready.
These buttons are awesome.
Exactly.
I was going to get a bell. A bell wouldn't have the same fucking ring to it.
No, the buttons are definitely easier. But I like the idea of having like Maddie or somebody random just record the phrases ahead of time.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just fucking button roulette, man.
That'd be great. But we got to make them all the same color so we never know. I got to figure that out. I got to take it apart. I'm never going to do that.
It's 4 screws.
You got to get the feet off.
those feet come off and the screws are right
How
under
are you
them.
getting them off? You know, like a razor knife and shit, and it's like, I'm gonna cut myself.
A guitar pick.
I'm gonna have to take off work. I don't know if I'll go to the bank.
Just use a guitar pick, or like a spudger.
A guitar pick? How many guitars? Guitar. I have a
There's
golf club.
clubs down here. You've got all the stuff to make meth, but you ain't got a fucking...
I'll get my fucking putter, and then you can figure out how to get that off of there with the putter. Jesus Christ. Oh, do we need another one? We're just past an hour, probably. We're like a little over an hour now, so I think we're doing okay, right? Should be like an hour and 10. I feel like that was the good.
I think we should... I think
Sum up with one more.
I think the one that we were talking about... You know what? I like this one. I don't know what you want to complain about that, but I like the topic just because.
Yeah, it was a topic suggested by somebody at work.
Okay.
So I put it on there and just was kind of like throw it out there.
Jen and I were just talking about it the other day, so that's why I was like, I'm curious to see what your complaint is.
Yeah. Well, so the complaint that we're it's exactly what I wanted.
Exactly.
The complaint I'm like going for here is coffee tables. You know, we can obviously, you know, there's definite. It's very similar to the middle seat of the couch. If you were with us for that conversation, where I feel like from 10,000 feet, it's like, man, that seems like a good idea, and then like in practice, the fucking things they just suck. Like I don't understand. Like there's a lot of downsides. There's very few upsides, but a lot of downsides, right? So my complaint is, you know, that little fucker is gonna grab your tiny toe, like at some point in your lifetime. So you're just putting another disaster, in the middle of your living room that I'm gonna fucking kick it, right? And then it's like, well, why is it a table, but it's just lower than the rest of all the other tables? Like, well, now it's like over like a table. It's like, oh, look how nice this is. It's presented to me right here in front, and I can do it.
right
But
here where
now,
I need it
hey
to
Kenny,
be.
what if I put it like down here? Isn't that better?
I'm going to scratch my nuts every time I reach for something.
Yeah, it's like
Just
so
so
much further. So that was my complaint, and it's like we should just do the tables next to the.
You know what I don't understand,
Next
though?
to the couch. That was my complaint.
So your complaint with coffee tables, I can continue this.
Go ahead.
So first off, they're at your knee height, right? Why do we call them coffee tables? Let's say they're called coffee tables because we use coffee on them. Do you really want to bring hot coffee from here up to here above your nuts and try to fucking spill it all over yourself again? Or would you rather bring it like level?
Yeah, I mean the only coffee table I ever saw that was actually useful is it had those mechanism in it where you could pick it up.
That's my next
and
complaint,
it,
right?
I mean, it sounded like an old dude like cracking his knees when it comes. But it came up to a normal table height, and you're like, I should just have a normal table.
Exactly, and that's the complaint. Like, you gave me this coffee table, and obviously it didn't do what I needed to do. So now I bought one that I can lift up. Well, here's the best part, right? You ain't got kids, so
No, I don't.
if you have one that lifts up, it gets more use, okay? Because now it's an actual table.
Yep.
So they use it to eat off of things like that.
Yeah,
But they
exactly.
also use it to stuff all their fucking shit on the inside of that table.
Oh, hidden
Yeah.
treasures.
So then you're like, oh, well, why won't the table go down? Oh, because there's 17 million things in here now, or there's 17 million things under it. So not only am I running into it now, I'm running into it and the piece that's up here because I can't put it down because there's stuff inside of it. So now I just have a clutter catcher in my house. It should be called the clutter catcher. It shouldn't be called the coffee table. It should be
that's
called
a
the
good
clutter
one.
catcher because that's all it does.
The toe clutter catcher.
Yeah, because here's the thing, right? If you got one of those old fancy ones that doesn't lift up and it's just one of the old coffee tables, what'd you put on it? Coffee table books?
Yeah, nobody's reading that shit.
Right?
What are you, a waiting room?
Why are you putting it there? You put the coffee table book there to make the coffee higher so you could reach it without having to reach at your knees.
You're right. You never really know what to put on it. Like when I was a kid,
Yeah, what's
I
the
remember.
point? Like, maybe the remote, but
Yeah, but you're gonna lose it anyways. It's not gonna stay
we
there.
lose the remote anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
And these days we haven't. Oh, I.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh. Well,
Finish
no.
your thought.
The only thought I had was when I was a kid, I remember my grandma, and she had a dictionary on the coffee table. Like, what are we doing, looking up words? I guess
It's
she
the same
couldn't
reason.
spell either, but
It's the same reason, though. You either put a coffee table book, which are called that because they're thicker books, just so you can boost the shit up higher to get to you, because we didn't build you a table to begin with. All right. There's that one, but I got another one. All right. Back to the remotes. We haven't made them any better.
oh, you're right.
So we started out when we were kids. You could get a remote with everything that came with it.
Yeah.
And then you had those universal remotes that did
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah.
And at some point, we felt like the universal remote was just the top of the line. It was going to keep getting better. And I will say, I'll give them this. Logitech did a great job with their Harmony series for a long period of time.
Okay. Didn't have one, but okay.
The programmable ones that you can
Oh, okay.
do all kinds of things with. So they did a great portion with that. But nowadays, nobody uses universal remotes anymore because most people, you have to use the one that it comes with your device or else you're locked to it anyway.
Oh, yeah, because
the
they're
TV
like...
tells you that.
They're
yeah.
smart things or something, probably.
Yeah, so here's the best part, right?
It's been like 1,000 years since I bought a TV, but okay.
So I have an Apple TV, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've joined the Apple ecosystem.
That's okay.
And at one point, I decided...
we forgive you.
I decided to, you know, buy a new remote because the remote that it came with was the original remote that had the little slidey things. So your finger would just slide around on it like a pad. Worst idea ever for a remote. First off, this doesn't work for kids that are sticky all goddamn day.
Oh.
And clicking it and stuff. So when you pick it up, it's gunked and it's cluttered with shit. Not to mention that fucker was slippier than lube on a Sunday because it would just go flying off the
I had
top
one of
camera,
those.
flying off the house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because everything Apple made is like slick and smooth, and you're
Yeah.
like, that's not what we want.
Yeah,
we
it's
want
slick and smooth already.
we
I
want
lost
grip.
it.
We want grippy feet.
So the best part is when I get your Apple remote, now I got to buy a cover for it so I don't fucking lose it.
Because it's so small.
Now I will give them this. This is the one thing Apple has done recently that I'm very happy with. They finally given me the ability to find my remote using my phone.
What?
Yeah, if you
Has it got
have
a beeper in it?
So if you have an Apple remote, so this is learning time for anybody that doesn't have this already or doesn't know about it. If you have an iPhone and you hit the remote button to control your Apple TV, if you click at the top to change which Apple TV you're on, to the right of it, you can actually click Find My Remote, and it will use the Bluetooth signal to show you how far or how close you are to your remote.
Oh.
So you can find it. Now, that worked great to some degree. My child, we bought one of those new remotes, right? And nothing's ever her fault. Everything's always disappeared because monsters took it.
I've never used that with Maddie. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, monsters took it. That's your new answer. So she had this. We had this new Apple 4K remote because I bought the new version. The new, supposed to be better than that slide around shit. And I got rid of the other one because, you know, who wants to keep the worst version of, you know, the iPod? But so
yeah.
she's
It was
watching
terrible.
TV one day, and then all of a sudden I'm looking for the remote to turn the TV off and stuff, and I can't find it. My wife's like, oh, you can just use your phone. I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I paid extra for this thing and I can't find it. And I'm like, I know it's here. So then for like a month, I'm randomly walking around the house, like looking for this thing, and I'll sit in the couch and all of a sudden the volume will go up. Or I'll do something else and all of a sudden the volume goes up. We took that entire couch apart. We tried to find it. I finally found it. It was in a reclining couch at the very bottom where the back of the recliner actually sews together. It's laying in there. You know what? 3 days after I found it, Apple put that Find Your Remote feature out.
That's so funny. You'd go to sit down and you're like, volume up.
I'm like, oh, it's
Volume
gotta be here.
down.
And then it starts an adventure because you're like, oh God, it's here somewhere.
Then you know.
You're like, I didn't throw it away. It's still charged. We can find this.
We can find it. I know it's here. It's here somewhere.
Exactly. Oh, that one's volume up. It should be over here somewhere.
And channel 4. Got it. That's funny.
All right, I think that brings us to a good point.
Yeah, I think so. The coffee tables, did we get through it?
Yeah.
We want to put a button on that, I guess. But yeah, I just, because where I was going to go is like, we're getting, all right, so I'm redesigning the living room here
Oh, so
over
you're
over a few podcasts. We're getting, right, so far, fuck the remotes. And coffee tables, we're getting rid of them sons of bitches, and middle seats and couches. We're just going to not have them. We're going to have love seats. We're going to put the tables, we're going to put them next to the love seat, so everybody has their own little table here.
So I
or
understand-
behind the couch. I'm okay with those, but the problem with those is I'm going to do this, and I'm going to knock it, and
All right, so
it's
here's
going
the
to
thing,
the
right?
floor.
So my last conversation to that, you said you're going to have love seats all around. What about the people that don't like other people, right? I understand the love seats for us that have like significant others and things.
Okay.
But when we didn't have significant others, do you really want to? You already said like I don't want to be on the middle seat, like touching Steve's leg while we're watching football, right? So do you and Steve that just showed up for the first time this game want to share a love seat together?
I mean,
Hey Joe,
maybe
you
me,
like this game?
maybe me and Steve will become friends. He'll learn that.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
He will.
I remembered it was the red one.
That time.
Okay, so love seats, but nice big love seats. But like I own the seat, right? I got a seat big enough.
So a love seat with a middle seat in between is what you're just saying.
No.
So a
Fuck that
couch.
middle seat. No. There's not another. It's 2 cushions. They're just big cushions. All right. No middle cushion to make a fake promise that somebody can fucking sit there. It's a crack, and then you're definitely not sitting there. Like no, it's like seats with put a fucking rail in the middle. There, then it's definitely
recliners.
Yeah, fuck that. Everybody gets a recliner.
Exactly. So,
Right.
I've fixed Joe's problem. He's never going to have a love seat. He's just going to have recliners.
All of them. Everybody gets a recliner when you come over.
Exactly.
Everybody gets your own seat. I mean, when you go on the deck, everybody has their own seat.
Yeah.
But we come into the living room and, we're on a budget. You got to cuddle. It's different.
Well, we don't want to see you, canoodling while we're eating food outside the deck. But while we're watching a movie, I don't really care what you're doing.
There's the swings, I guess, but yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I think that was good.
Do you have a wrap up? I guess so. If you're watching the complaint department, Joe still hasn't fixed this sign, so you can complain about that or anything else you'd like in the comments below. You can like, subscribe, or we recommend sending this to random people you've never met. Text messages, whatever. If you get a message from someone you don't know, you get an email from someone you don't know, hit reply and send them a link, whatever, and let us know how it works out.
That way they can learn.
Onomatopoeia, Joe's got a tiny wiener.
And maybe they'll have a
Complaint!
about it.
Subscribe, like. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.